What's up, you guys? Welcome to the Psychic News Network. I'm Annette Dion. I'm the host and founder of the Psychic News Network, and it is October 27th. It is Friday. Welcome to Friday Night Live. Hello, hello, hello. I hope you had a decent day. I know we're all bowled over by all the news, and we're going to do our best to just kind of calm the energy to the best of our ability. We are here to help each other to get through some unprecedented times. Let me see if I can get the light right. No, that's too bright. So tell me how you're doing, what's going on. Hello, hello, hello. Crystal Blue Persuasion. That was a great song. And Linda had a pretty good day. I had a pretty good day. I mean, despite, like the last time that we spoke, right after that there was a shooting. And I don't want to get into that right now, but as Cheryl knows, it's hitting really close to home for us. So James, I mean, it's hitting close to home for everybody, but it's literally close to where we are. So we'll get to that a little bit later. And Western Maryland, thank God it's Friday, 77 degrees. It was a warm day today. It was really, really warm. Very unusually warm. I said we'll get to that later, Warren. Anyway, so let's take a look at what's going on from the cards. I think we'll use our bringing up the vibe, our fun cards. And yeah, it's been quite a week. It's been quite a week. Yesterday was pretty down for the count energetically in terms of physically being affected by what had happened in Lewiston. I mean, just really feeling it. So, we love the deck of cards. I can't see very well, and I thought you said you love your cardio. I'm like, okay, well that's interesting. Sorry. Yeah, it's a warm day, right? Your lockdown has been lifted for now. That's good. I just found out the guy was planning to shoot up the National Guard in Saco. I won't say any more about that because I don't want to divulge my personal, like where I like to be. But that was shocking. So what we're gonna do is we're going. Damon, you're so sweet. Thank you. Good to see you. Good to see you all. And thank you for coming. I know that you have other things to do with your Friday night, but I'm glad of all the choices. What do they say in the airlines? Of all the choices of different places you could be, that you chose to be with me tonight. And I'm happy about that. When we have a bunch of people, when we have a bunch more people, we'll do a group hug like per Warren Greene's request. And it is the night, it's the eve of a full moon lunar eclipse. It's the night before. It's full moon lunar eclipse eve. And my friend Rena, who's down the street here, who may be watching, sent me some beautiful pictures of the full moon. So I told her I'd share them. Rena, you here? You're not usually chatting. There's the beautiful full moon tonight. She's really good at taking great pictures. So there it is. And I think I have another picture too. There's, where is this? Outside where she lives, right down the street. And then there's one other, I believe. Didn't you send me another one, Rena? I thought you sent me 3. Yes, there's one more. This is cool. This might be my favorite. Look at that with the colors and the shapes. And sometimes I like to read the clouds. Anyway, that's an amazing picture. Maybe I'll put that on my community page. So we are on the eve of a full moon, blood moon, lunar eclipse in the sign of Taurus. And I'll be at the Goblin Ball at the Haunted Castle tomorrow, so should be interesting. We got a double whammy on Wednesday because we got... How did Jen Ellis ever get a law license? We don't know. I think they were giving them out at Walmart. Wednesday we got the heinous, fascist, extremist Republican speaker. And we were all, you know, up in arms about that, metaphorically speaking. We were really upset. And I was really upset. And yeah, the eclipse is tomorrow. That's what I said. We're on the eclipse eve. You guys listening to me? Not that you have to, but anyway. And then after that, there was a shooting in Lewiston. And it's a lot. I mean, we have to take deep breaths, and we have to turn that anger and that fury into action. We really have to turn that. We can't hold that fury inside of us and think that we're going to stay healthy, personally and collectively. This Mike Johnson is he's a misogynist. He's an abuser for entertainment purposes only. I read energy. He's an abusive misogynist. And I guess you could just look at it and say, well, if he wants women to be baby factories so that we can produce more able bodies to work, then that's heinously misogynist. He hates women. I heard he's in something called a covenant marriage, and apparently a covenant marriage is when it's really difficult to end the marriage. I don't know any details on that, nor do I want to. He's completely anti-gay, anti-anything that's not heterosexual. And if you ask me, I think he's a closeted gay person. I think he's trying to hide. There's nothing wrong with being gay whatsoever. I'm just saying that I think that he's hiding that. Think Lindsey Graham. I lived where it was just widely not accepted, and I met many people who were in marriages, not tons, but that were clearly, people are born gay. I really do believe that. He's a closet case. That's what I'm saying, Damon. Yeah. I really do believe that people are born gay or heterosexual. And you might all feel that way too. That's just what I feel. And he is so, like, thou dost protest too much, methinks, right? Why does he care? He doesn't want women to have bodily autonomy. He doesn't want women to be able to get out of a horrible marriage that doesn't work, that's abusive. He doesn't want people to have rights. He doesn't want, it's horrible. And being third in line to the president means, God forbid, don't worry about it, but if anything happened, the way that the sequential order is third to line for the president is a minion of Donald Trump, and Donald Trump wants revenge. Covenant marriage is only available in a few states. Oh, it's interesting. He's hiding a lot. When I read on it on Wednesday, I got the Eight of Cups, which told me, I got the Tower card in the Eight of Cups, which told me this has a shelf life and it's not long. I think that the American people are waking up, and I think that when we have shootings, let's not dwell on the negative, because it's negative already. Please, I just request that we keep it up. Keep the energy up. So he's Donald Trump's minion. And I think that after we have a shooting, we all are horrified that we're not in a democracy, because a majority of the American people, it's up in like the 90 percentile range, want this to end, want gun control, want gun laws. We all want that, of course. We don't want to be, I mean, God, Lewiston, Maine. I guess when shootings happen in big cities, as tragic as they are, it's more like, oh, well, there's more people in big cities, and so the odds are that it's more likely to happen in a big city. But Lewiston, Maine, it's about as big of a place as where I live. And Maine is a really special place. I'm thinking, you know, someday I might end up moving there. And the Republicans that will not let gun laws be put in place are like, and I've said this like this before, it's like if you were the head of the police department. It's like, I think about Ted Cruz, and I think it's like the way he behaves around the whole gun issue. Ted Cruz, for example, is like if he were like the head lieutenant in a police station, and there was a murderer, and the murderer was on the loose. That's like the police chief saying, "Oh, it's okay. Just let him go ahead and just murder more people." Not having gun laws in place is as irresponsible, such a dereliction of duty. They can do something, they refuse to do something. What they do instead of putting more gun laws in place is that they seem to turn around and make it even more permissible to have a gun. We're going to pull 3 cards about, and Mike Johnson is against gun laws. And if you don't subscribe to Heather Cox Richardson's newsletter, she had a really great newsletter that kind of really spelled out the history of how we got here, and it's really excellent. I'm going to pull 3 cards about Mike Johnson. And I'm going to pull 3 cards about Mike Johnson's trajectory. It seems to be kind of universal that me and other psychics, I may have popped in to just see what they said. It seems to be a consistent theme that we don't feel like he's going to be in there very long. That's what I told you the other night when I saw the 8 of Cups. It showed me clearly that Mike Johnson's sins are going to come back to haunt him. And it's already happening because the news media, not just Midas Touch, but MSNBC, are all reporting. I mean, we all saw them having a press conference where they told the reporters to shut up when they asked about Mike Johnson being an election denier. I mean, these people are straight out saying we're having a coup. They're having a coup. They're having a coup. Well, so this is about Mike Johnson. We have the Judgment card. The American people are going to start really, really looking, using their judgment, and really looking. Really looking. The sun is shining on his sins, yes. And the King of Swords, he's going to keep, Mike Johnson is going to behave as heinously as he possibly can. He's going to show us who he is. And I kind of feel like he's got a little bit of Donald Trump in him. In this sense, that he likes the attention. These glasses aren't working. He likes the attention. He likes the attention of doing and saying horrible things. This Mike Johnson guy. And he likes thinking that he's stirring people up. He enjoys that. but the sun is shining brightly on what people are judging him based on what they're finding out. And it's not the majority of the American people that want right-wing Christian extremism, right-wing Christian violent extremism. It's not the majority of the people. I have this really strong sense that the more Americans find out, remember, Joe Biden won the 2020 election by 7 million plus votes. So if you think that the American people aren't paying attention, think again. I think we've been like hearing so much, oh, the election was stolen, oh, the election was stolen, even though we know the election wasn't stolen. It actually dulls down our sense and our remembering that Joe Biden won by 7 million votes. And so we start to forget to remember. There are way more of us than there are of them. We can fight back. We are fighting back. So this is how he's going to be really heinous. Mike Johnson is going to be really heinous. He's going to keep pushing it and pushing it to try to see what he can get away with and try to see how many rebels he can rouse. We are the majority, but they don't know we're the majority unless we're speaking up. And I said at the Grassroots of Democracy meeting last night, I mean, in the face of the horror in Lewiston, that when he was asked about it, Mike Johnson, what did he say? We have to pray. He said, we have to pray. He said not one word about reining in that we have. I have this here that, by the way, one of my viewers sent me these, and they're stickers, and they say ban assault rifles. And it was a while ago. It was after a shooting, and I don't remember who sent these, but rather than Mike Johnson saying, oh, we need to ban assault rifles, he started to talk about we need to just pray that people, I don't know, are nicer. Let's see if anything is going. And I've read about, after every single shooting, I read about, is anything going to happen? Is anything going to happen? We think something's going to happen. We think change is going to be made. Is anything going to happen? Pray for his removal. Yes. Yeah. I like that one. And every time I read on it, I get, no, nothing's going to happen. Warren says it's group hug time. Wait a second. I'm going to grab my other glasses, see if they work. Warren says it's group hug time. Do you think it's group hug time? If you're new here, let me just let you know. It's exactly what it sounds like. We're just going to stop, and we're going to take a few seconds to do a group hug. So is everybody ready? Okay, you can close your eyes if you want. I will. Close your eyes. Ready? It helps you to focus. Group hug. You're hugging everybody that's here. Hundreds of people are here. I don't know how many hundred, but anyway, we're here. We're hugging. We're supporting each other. We're in this together, and we're coming together. A group hug. Thank you. Thank you. That was good. May the hug continue. Thanks, Warren, for insisting. It kind of started as a little joke, but then we started to really feel it. So we're keeping it going. I can feel the love and the support, and it's wonderful, and that's what we need to know exists. That's why I'm glad we're doing that, because we actually do feel it. And it plants a seed in us to go, well, maybe if we're used to coming together energetically, we'll feel our power. Just so you know, the only way that these fascists can continue their coup is if we just sit there and let them do it, each individual person. So I'm going to pull 3 cards about gun laws. And, oh, somebody got chills. Wow, cool. And whether anything is going to happen. This is really just a horrible, horrible, horrible thing. We can manifest so much on a Friday night. We can manifest a lot every night. This is the 3 of Swords. I'm asking about whether gun laws are going to be put in place. This is heartbreak. This is massive heartbreak. This is somebody wielding, oh, okay, well, it's not a sword. It's a cup. This is a Democrats offering up bills, and this is a Democrats making the offer. Here we are. We need to make America safe. And the Ace of Pentacles. I feel like this is gun laws that are already written. I feel like this is bills that are already written. They're just waiting and waiting. They just need to be passed. So we just need Democrats to be in power. We are a powerful group. We just need Democrats to be in power. That's all we need to get gun laws. We need Democrats to be in power. And there's no reason, I know you guys already know this, but the only function of an assault rifle is to blow a human being into smithereens. And that's just not hyperbole. Smithereens. So that they're, you know, I don't have to go on about it, as you know, because you already know. That's the only function of an assault rifle. So if it makes you feel, yeah, the Kennedy Amendment, I know. We should look at that. If it makes you feel any better, Marjorie Trader Greene is, oh, what's that person's name from Vermont? Her last name starts with a B. Giving a speech on the floor to censure Marjorie Trader Greene. And it's funny because she kept saying Marjorie Taylor Greene, and I kept saying, no, it's Trader Greene. Isn't it Trader Greene? It was really good. Yeah, and they probably have it on Midas Touch. They probably have it on Midas Touch right now. Yeah. So if it makes you feel any better. We're going to read on that heinous thing that John Kennedy in Louisiana. I wish he had a different name. That name has really been ruined. Put forth a bill that, gosh, I didn't really read about this. I just heard about it. After the shooting, put forth a bill that said, correct me if it wasn't a bill, that said that veterans who have mental illness can't be prevented from buying guns. Oh, Becca Blint from Vermont. She had the receipts. And you can't even believe, I'll get to the gun thing in a second with John Kennedy. You can't even believe, even though we've been following her heinousness, Marjorie Trader Greene, how many, I mean, it went on. The list of transgressions and the horrible, inappropriate things that Marjorie Trader Greene has done. The list, it went on for about 11 or 12 minutes. How many heinous things that Marjorie Trader Greene has done, and she needs to be censured. I don't know. Yeah, all the traitorous behavior. I don't know what the next step is for her to get censured. I do think, let's read on that first, and then we'll go back to the heinous thing that John Kennedy of Louisiana did. So I'm going to just pull 3 cards about this censuring Marjorie Trader Greene. I mean, censuring is just like mild compared to what should be done. I don't know why they brag about being as horrible as they are, why they're so proud of it. So let's see. Is Marjorie Trader Greene going to be censured? Oh, wow. Yikes. I kind of feel like it ends up in not a stalemate, but this is the women. This is this is the what do they call them? The three AOC and Ilhan Omar and is it Jayapal, or is it? Do I have that wrong? What do they call them? The three women. Remember Marjorie Trader Greene had her AR-15 in a photo, Trump style. The squad. Yeah, thank you. You're all so good at just giving me the answer right away. The squad. Well, I have three queens here, and this is the squad. And this looks like that they're gonna make it happen. They're gonna make her get censured. Wow. Yeah, so Marjorie Trader Greene, she put up a photo of her with an AR-15 next to the squad. Just like Trump put up a photo of himself with a baseball bat and Alvin Bragg. She can't go fast enough. I totally agree with you. So, it's amazing. Rashida, Rashida. Yeah, it's not Jayapal. Sorry, I should get the names right, but I didn't plan to talk about them. I didn't think that they'd come up. But those three queens, that's like the witches of Eastwick, for goodness sake. That's like the the sisters in Hocus Pocus. The Sanderson sisters. I mean, there's some witchy energy there. And I mean in a powerful way. Boger and her family's Christmas picture. Yeah. What happens to her if she gets censured? Remember Paul Gosar was censured and he's still serving. They get stripped of their committee assignments. Jayapal is one. There's four. Well, at first it was three. Okay, John Kennedy, who's proposing that they pass a law that says veterans with mental illness, after a veteran with mental illness shot up innocent, I can't even say it will make me cry. After that, he proposed this bill that veterans with mental illness can have full access to guns. I know, people. I know. Yeah, I know. I have this like beam me up, Scotty. There's no intelligent life down here going on. But then I have you guys. What was up with that? Well, I think it was a shooting in Florida, but there's so many we lose track. That afterwards, you might remember, Ron DeFascist made it easier to get guns after that. Warren, you can answer the question about will George Santos be expelled. I don't have to answer that. Just tell me your answer. Well, as far as this, John Kennedy, I think, did it pass? I know, Dale can't stop shaking her head. Yeah, the Republicans do want to lose, but just keep in mind that what they want to do is a coup. Censure is a formal public group condemnation of an individual, often a group member, whose actions run counter to the group's acceptable standards for individual behavior. Yes. Yeah, I did just get that, Lois. I got just a few minutes ago that the Democrats, we will have gun laws. We'll have an amazing country when the Democrats are back in power. And they're close. As far as that, if anybody knows about this bill or whatever it was that got passed yesterday that says that, I know it really is nothing, but at least somebody's saying something about Marjorie Trader Greene. At least they're not just letting it go. Does somebody know what that was yesterday? That they apparently passed that veterans with mental illness could have full access to guns? Because I see justice around that. And I'm actually feeling the Supreme Court around that. The Seven of Wands. Remember that in New York, the gun laws in New York were more strict, and then the Supreme Court loosened gun laws in New York? I don't know what specific gun laws they were, but anyway, I feel like it's not going to last. The veterans being able to have even more access to weapons, that when they display signs of mental illness, they're diagnosed. It's beyond having no shame. It's beyond having no shame. It's like how can we show people how murderous we are? Honestly. I mean, God, Sandy Hook, nothing happened after that. There's a disconnect. There's a serious disconnect in their brains. It's as I just see the devil card. Ah. Oh, I'm so glad you found me live too. We do have, you know what, I'm going to pull 3 cards about, is there going to be a massive movement of the American people that have had enough? I'm going to read on that. I think it passed the Senate. And I don't know if it was a bill or what. The bill overturns the requirement that veterans treated for mental illness be placed in a database for background checks before gun purchases. It boggles your brain, and I think that that's part of the tactic, is to overwhelm you with horribleness. The whole world is amazed at how violent America is. Well, yeah. We're all, you know what, even if you don't think you are, where did their compassion escape to? You know, even if you don't think that you're looking over your shoulder, or maybe you're aware of it, we have a baseline freak out trauma as a nation at all times going on. When we go into a grocery store, when we go to a concert, when we go to a theater, when we go to church, we all have something on our minds, even if we're not aware of it, that's thinking, I hope there's not a gun. I hope there's not a crazy person with a gun. Is there going to be a movement of the American people that have had enough? I mean, I could say in the form of, we got to get our voting rights back. We should be aware, that's for sure. You just go to, you go to Walmart. I thought you were saying, Cheryl, you go to Walmart to get a gun. Let's remember too, just on the topic, after Uvalde, a few days later, these heinous fascist Republicans went and flaunted that they were going to an NRA convention. Do you remember that? Let's remember. So I'm going to pick 3 cards about, are the American people going to do something? I mean, because our leaders aren't. They're trying. Many of them are trying. Like I said, when the Democrats get back, we'll have gun laws, and I'm saying when, I'm not saying if. Yeah, it was where Roses in Texas. A few days after Uvalde, where they couldn't even play the tape of what was happening in the school because the sounds were just, they couldn't play it. It was too much. And Greg Abbott did nothing. And then, except a few days later, he went to an NRA convention, and they were mocking the protesters who were protesting guns. They were mocking them. Are the American people going to come to a place where they've just had enough? Yeah, because of the heartbreak. Because of the heartbreak. This is great. I told you, I was a mess yesterday. I'm a mess after every gun shooting. We'll talk about a church of spirituality on Sunday too. The strength is here. We actually get our strength when the heartbreak is so horrible. We actually get our strength. We're motivated. And the King of Cups, it does look like some things will start moving forward. And I feel like that's in terms of the Democrats getting a lot more support and a lot more power. And when you call your representatives and you say, ban assault weapons, do something, if that's all you say, I'm a constituent, ban assault weapons, that's enough. And when they hear enough from all of us, it doesn't have to be a big deal, things will shift and change. I get a sense that there'll be change, but it will be gradual, and we know that's not really working too well. But there will be changes made. I feel like they're happening now, but they're kind of under the radar. The changes to gun laws. I know it's hard to believe. So, yeah, I know. I understand. Walla Kotak. We need to support our viewer here. It's been a very painful time. So we will, we're holding each other up. That's why we did a group hug. And I think it's very, very, very sad that when we have a span of time, the whole thing is sad, but when we have a span of time where we haven't had a mass shooting, that we know it's just a matter of time. And it was just a matter of time. I have a song on my website about this. The silence is deafening. Dark skies are threatening. If we don't stop the madness, it will be happening again. Will we sit by and wait and wonder, or will we bring this to an end? That's my chorus to my song. Will we sit by and wait and wonder, or will we bring this to an end? So I'm going to read, I'm going to switch gears and read about Trump. I was going to say Israel, but it's so complex right now. I'm going to read about Trump. I'm going to read about what his status is with the gag order. All right. Definitely check out yesterday's Spirit Talk podcast. Really informative show yesterday with Kathy Beal. Let there be peace on earth and let it begin with me. Okay, so where Trump is at with the gag order is what I'm asking. The fool. He's just a fool. Trump is just a fool. The Nine of Wands. This is a Page of Swords. Trump is just going to keep running his mouth on Truth Social. On fake social. Russia invited Hamas to... What? Russia invited Hamas to Moscow? It doesn't surprise me in the least. Okay, so as far as Trump and the gag order, switching gears a little bit, he's a fool because he's just going to keep, he's going to get worse. He's just going to keep saying horrible, horrible, worse things. And the Nine of Wands, there's going to be, there's not going to be just one gag order. There are going to be more gag orders. And it's just like, it's a lesson, and it's not a lesson, but it's an exercise in futility. I mean, you might as well not even tell him to be quiet because he's not going to be quiet, so what's the point? I know, these cards are great, aren't they? Yeah, he's a fool, and he's gonna keep saying death threats. He's gonna keep saying things he shouldn't be saying. And the Nine of Wands, I just see more and more and more charges against him. It's just gonna pile up. Because Trump feels like, just like I was talking about Mike Johnson, he's going to be horrible because he wants an effect. He wants to see the effect of what he says. Trump means father in England. Trump here, I mean Trump in the English language means to pretty much to dominate, right? To dominate all. I don't know. I don't play bridge, but I don't know how to play bridge. But aren't there trump cards in bridge? And like like an ace, it's above everything else. Yeah, he needs to be in jail before somebody gets killed. And who knows? Indirectly, that may have been what happened in Maine. His real name is Grump or Drumpf. Sorry about the buffering. I'm sorry, I'm buffering. I know that I am. I'm hoping that it stops. I was talking to somebody earlier, and we were having problems on the phone, and I'm blaming solar flares. Yeah, I know my Wi-Fi extender plug-in thing seems to be helping. So because I used to have to just disconnect altogether, but maybe it's just too much news. Let it go, let what go? It stopped. It's getting a little warm in here. It was a really warm day. Ivanka ordered to testify. Yes, let's read on that. Thomas, I think I'm unfrozen now. I know there's a delay, so hopefully you can see me. We'll pull 3 cards about it. What's the fate of Ivanka? The fate of Ivanka. She still thinks she's entitled to get away with everything. The apple doesn't fall far from the tree. She's really annoyed. Ivanka's really annoyed. Oh, these pesky judges. Oh, these pesky prosecutors. I had a hair appointment. That kind of thing. She thinks she's Barbie. I still haven't seen that movie. I need to watch the Barbie movie. What's the fate of Ivanka? Oh, well, the Wheel of Fortune says that her fortune is going to change. And the 3 of Cups says we're going to be celebrating Ivanka. There's too much evidence against Ivanka to get away with what she's trying to get away with. She wants to be a Kardashian now. Do you know I've never watched the Kardashians? How long it's been on? I am so not into that stuff. Ask her how Jared got $2 billion from the Saudis. Right, exactly. Well, I see that her fortune is changing. Well, they're losing. They will be losing all their money. The cup on the card is creepy. I know, but they're Halloween cards. And the 3 of Cups is we're celebrating that she has so much evidence against her that she cannot get away with this. And she is really annoyed that she can't go shopping, and she can't go to her hair appointment, and she can't go to her facial because it's an inconvenience. And then she's trying to say that, the law doesn't apply to her. She doesn't have to show up because she lives in Florida now. Have you ever heard of that? If you committed a crime in one state, I moved, so I can't be held accountable. What? I don't know. Where do they get these people? Creepy is the point of Halloween. Yes. Well, these are fun cards, too. Halloween is next Tuesday, everybody. And you have to come to our Halloween party on Sunday. We'll get to that. I want to just answer a couple questions before I do my commercial. Does anybody else feel like really surprised that it's Friday? It just really seems like this week was a really fast week. Is Trump going to go to jail? Is Trump going to go to jail? Let's see Ivanka's breathy testimony. Love a good scare, except for when it's reality. Most scares are not real. Is Trump going to go to jail? The star is the United States. In the lead, the Three of Cups is us celebrating. I think that we're going to hear, Monday was a month ago, it feels like it. No, I was saying this week has gone really fast. But there's so much packed into the week, it can feel like Monday was like a month ago. But I just, the time-space thing, reality thing is really messed up right now. Okay. I do think Mike Johnson will be, I don't see him in 2024 being in that position. So, this is about Trump, and I'm asking about going to jail, and I see us celebrating, and I see the star, which is the United States, having dominion over him, over Trump, and the Knight of Pentacles is, this is like, I feel like he's going to go to jail for the gag order issue, and what he's counting on is he wants all his fans and his followers to create a big ruckus. I think one of the judges will get the courage. I do. I feel like that's going to happen. Well, I'm getting an affirmative on that. He wants to be in jail because he really does think people will show up. Emilio has always seen Trump going to jail. That's true. He's sticking by that. That's true. He wants to go to jail to grift more money. Let's just pull 3 more cards about that. Is Trump going to jail for violating the gag order? That's what we're asking. The Empress, that's the powerful judge. It's around the 6th. Okay, so it's looking like Judge Chutkin is going to do the deed. Because the 6th is it's around January 6th. And the 4 of Pentacles is him trying to shut up, but he can't. Remember, he has this compulsive need to just violate the laws. Jack told Chutkin to have him incarcerated pending trial. I'm seeing it. I'm seeing that happening. Hi, Miss Orchid's Garden. Wow. I'm a little stunned. Yeah, it's Chutkin. Yeah. Crazy, man. Crazy, man. Time for a commercial break. I'm not ending the show. I just want to tell you what I'm up to. I want to remind you what I'm up to. If you'd like to book a reading through October 31st, you get a free gift with your reading. You get a gift of a meditation, a guided meditation. You have a choice of 3 different meditations. And you'll get that information when you book a reading. PsychicAnnetteDion.com. I want you all to remember that you need to celebrate Halloween. All right? Can I get a witness? I want you all to remember you need to celebrate Halloween. It's a very important time of the year. In the Wiccan tradition, it's the witch's new year. The veils are exceedingly thin on Halloween. And on Sunday, right after the full moon lunar eclipse, Sunday the 29th from 6 to 8, we're having a Halloween event. I have a little space rented. It's by the beach. We're going to have decorations. We're going to have costumes. We're going to have readings. We're going to have some mediumship. We're going to tell stories for 2 hours. So gather your friends, join us in the Zoom event. Join us for that. If you invite a friend to join you, you get a discount. You got to celebrate. We got to do this, okay? PsychicAnnetteDion.com is where you sign up. And I'm going to have it set up that you can sign up at the last minute. And we'll send you the Zoom invite. So if you want to, it's better to sign up ahead of time. But if you want a last minute, like, oh, I can make it, you'll be able to sign up. So, so check that out. I don't have any new classes coming up just yet, but I do have that Halloween event on the 29th. So it'll be after Church of Spirituality at 1. Then it's going to be later in the day at 6 Eastern time. The Goblin Ball. Well, I'm doing readings at the Haunted Castle for the Goblin Ball tomorrow night, and it's going to be a clear night, and the full moon is going to be shining bright. So, yeah, I don't think I'll be able to resist but to do a video from there, so I will. But the moon is going to be bright and powerful. That wasn't really an announcement or an ad, but I guess it kind of is. I'll be live streaming from there somewhat tomorrow night. So if you're not doing anything, just check and see if you get a notification that I'm live from the Goblin Ball, because I do want to show you the costumes too. Church of Spirituality is every Sunday at 1 live stream. You can just tune in. It will make your life better, I promise. When you become a member of my channel, you get an affirmation in your inbox Monday through Friday. It's a great way to start the day. With all that we're talking about tonight, we see how serious it is that we get involved in saving our democracy. Grassroots of Democracy is now aligned with Mobilize, so we're getting the word out to more people. Grassrootsofdemocracy.com is where you go to sign up. If you don't even come to the meetings, you get notes about what we're doing, you get links, you get tasks that you can do. We do meet on Saturdays. We do meet tomorrow too. So it's Tuesday, 20 on Tuesdays is a guided meditation for a healed America every week. And Thursdays we have a discussion group for Grassroots of Democracy. Did I say Grassroots of America? Talking too fast. And on Saturdays we do, we get together and we get work done. We are praying for Maine. We're praying our heads off for Maine. Cheryl, I can't even believe what's going on there. I can't even. But anyway, I think that's everything. Please become a member. And when you're a member, you get to attend a psychic party. The last Saturday of the month. I just had to change that because of the Goblin Ball at the castle. I love you guys. Want to send a hug to Maine? Let's send a hug to Maine, and then we'll continue. It's not tea time yet. I'm not done. We're only partway through. All right, we're gonna do a hug. We're gonna send a hug to Maine. Okay. Warren, did you just send me that psychic message? Because I know there's a delay, and all of a sudden I thought we'll do a group hug again. All right, ready? Let's do a group hug for Maine. Ready? 1, 2, 3. And let's keep that going. Let's definitely keep that going. All right? So important. What happened last night, my sister is up there. What happened last night was I heard a kind of a false news that, well, it was easy for news to get kind of mixed up. I texted my sister and she said that they didn't find him, that they had a house surrounded. Thank you, Gloria, I appreciate it. Oh, and you can donate, I forgot to tell you. You can donate to my channel. It's so sad. But they didn't actually find him. I keep getting a visual of he's in the woods. And I keep getting a visual of a helicopter. I don't know if helicopters would do this, but I keep getting a visual of infrared being used to find him in the woods. And I don't think that he's dead, but I do think that he's in the woods. And even though I don't want to get into the energy, I'm just going to really, what I'm going to do is I'm just going to pull 3 cards to give us a little bit of insight, and then we'll drop it. They're searching river. I'm not getting rivers. I'm getting the woods. I'm not getting rivers. I know that he had a boat, and he was. They were wondering if he'd be on his boat, and I don't see that. I just see the woods. I just see the woods. You think helicopters could do something like that? Because that's what I keep getting for a visual, and just. I've actually had a lot of accuracy with these kinds of things, like when that guy Laundry killed his girlfriend, and I had the whole thing. I got the whole thing. He took a boat out, the Coast Guard. Yeah, I don't think if he took a boat out, it's not like that. That's not where he is now. Yeah, I don't feel like he's on a boat. There's 11 acres on his property. I haven't really watched the news about it. Oh, and the police can use heat detectors when they think he's in the woods. See, I don't know this. I'm just telling you what I'm picking up. Yeah. So, I'll pull 3 cards just to get a little bit more of a sense. I've never worked for a police department or anything, but I have found that I've been pretty accurate. Like a prepper. I wouldn't want to do that kind of work. Yeah, he's Navy. He's Army trained, so he knows how, he has survivalist skills. But I also get curled up in a fetal position and just really disoriented. Oh, okay. So somebody saw the helicopter that was beaming red lights down. Yeah. Well, I'm just looking for just a little bit more. I'm not looking for will he be found soon. I'm looking for what? Oh, you're so sweet. Thank you so much. You're so sweet. You guys are so sweet. No wonder I keep coming back. The 4 of Swords. Oh yeah, he's not in good shape. Well, I said I wasn't going to predict when they'll find him. When they do, there's going to be quite a pause before it becomes the news. But the 4 of Swords is he's in a bad way. The shooter is in a bad way. I mean, like I told you, I feel him curled up in the woods in a fetal position. The Chariot means it's going to happen quickly, and the Temperance is there. All the police that are out there looking, all the FBI and everybody that's out there looking, they're really doing it in a very measured way. They're just being really careful. I think probably I'm getting that because of the false report that they had found him last night. Helicopters and small drones are over your house. Yeah, they will find him. Yeah, they will find him, and I get that they'll find him via a helicopter and infrared. And he's in really bad shape. And I do get that he's on pharmaceutical drugs. I do get that. And just so you know, I mean, he's a very, very disturbed person, but obviously nobody has to say that. It's obvious. But those pharmaceutical drugs are extremely dangerous. I don't see a treehouse. But you see what you see. I'm not saying you're wrong. So psychosis. I don't think that what he did. Please understand, I'm not justifying or apologizing for him. I just really get that what he did was he went into a psychotic state, and I don't feel like he wasn't conscious of what he's doing. I'll just put it that way. He wasn't conscious of what was happening. It's kind of like something took over. I guess you would call that possession. Okay, enough of that. Let's go to a happy topic. Do we have a happy topic? Can we talk about something happy? Because we need to lift the energy. I'm totally done with that topic. Like PTSD, yes, but some of those it's called a psychotic break. That's I actually those are the words I was looking for. Bidenomics. You actually believe that? What I was, yeah. Avoid, if you ever can, taking that stuff. Oh, that's all I'm going to say. Avoid taking that stuff. It really, there's not enough research done. I feel like he was on drugs, and that's not why it happened, but it doesn't help. No, shut up about it. Besides celebrating Halloween, is there any good news coming? I think the economy is bouncing back. I mean, Joe Biden's numbers continue to go up and up and up. Oh, his cousin said he's schizophrenic, the shooter. I do feel like the economy is, remember, the economy's stupid. He's doing really, really well. And Marjorie Trader Greene was censured. She was, because we were asking about that. Miss Lori loves it when Michael Cohen calls Marjorie Trader Greene Marjorie Toilet Greene. I kind of like that too. Yes, it's Joe Biden he couldn't be doing a better job. I got an email that I didn't like from Steve Schmidt today. That was real negative, so it made me aware of how much I have to stay in my positivity, because what we think about is what we create. The poll numbers, when people start talking poll numbers, I'm going to read about that. I'm going to read about the poll numbers. Riding with Biden. We're all riding with Biden, and let's remember, when we see these polls, let's remember, Joe Biden won by 7 million plus votes. That was before Donald Trump incited a violent riot, right? That there was all kinds of the horrible things that Trump did since 2020, and all these crimes and all these trials and all these prosecutors after him and it's unbelievable. Oh, the committee will meet on Wednesday about Marjorie Toilet Greene. And we got it together and ousted Trump, thank God. He was in there illegitimately anyway. Before Trump did all these other heinous things. Thank you for your donation. There's only one side, the truth. I love that. Yeah, Trump did all that stuff afterwards. So I mean, come on. If we really think that's why these polls that's driving me bananas. Do we really think that the American people like Trump more now? Because, yeah, it's Steve Schmidt. I know. Did you get that email from him? Yes, that's what I'm referring to, Electrostorm. I don't like that idea. Yeah, I don't. Steve Schmidt is endorsing somebody else for president, and I just let's read about that. Let's read about that. Yeah, I think I'm gonna have to unsubscribe from Steve Schmidt. He always, I read energy. He always struck me as a real pessimist. Let's read on, I'm going to read on the polls. Schmidt can kiss. Damon, you're funny. Fox News ran with that today. Dean Phillips. Nobody knows who Dean Phillips is. Very pessimistic. It does sound fishy. It felt fishy. I wondered if the email was even right. When somebody waxes all pessimistic, I just can't go there, right? Your mind is very powerful. So I'm pulling 3 cards about these stupid polls. It's somebody named Phillips. And nobody's even heard of him, right? Nobody heard of Mike Johnson either. Dean Phillips is a representative from Minnesota. And Steve Schmidt is endorsing him. Yeah, and he was basing endorsing the Dean Phillips. He was basing that on the polls. He's a chaos agent. Well, thank you. I'm glad I'm bringing it up. Phillips got money from Harlan Crow. Oh, there's Kathy. Great show yesterday. Awesome. Check out the podcast from yesterday. You will be glad that you did. Kathy covered a lot of astrology. Who is Schmidt? You don't even have to know. Anyway, this is about the polls. The polls are designed to break... The polls are designed... This is straight from the guides. The polls are designed to discourage the American people. Yeah, I'm going to unsubscribe. I couldn't even believe what I was reading. I was like, what? And it did overwhelm and confuse me. It did overwhelm and confuse me. Is he still part of the Lincoln Project? No. Dean Phillips, come here for your psychic impressions. Do not go in that direction. Okay? You heard it here. The Nine of Swords. No, the polls are designed to upset the American people. The polls are a scam to get you discouraged, like Terry pointed out at the Midas Touch last night. And Ben Mysell is going to have to write to that guy. He was talking about the game is to discourage you. The fascist game is to get you to feel it's hopeless. That's why you have to turn the pessimists off. There are people that I will not listen to because, and Mehdi Hassan is one, and Anthony Davis is one, and I don't mean they're bad people. I mean, and Steve Schmidt is now one. I don't mean they're bad people. I mean, I can't do that. I can't do that. And you know what? Marianne Williamson is running for president too, and she gets no coverage. So beware of that. I warned you about that. I warned you all a week or so ago that when I was reading the cards about going into 2024 and what Putin, what the Kremlin was going to do, they're gearing up now, the Kremlin, for a huge misinformation campaign. I don't think they have the resources that they used to. But there's a plan in place, and we have to stay awake and stay alert. And keep watching the Psychic News Network. But yeah, it's designed to overwhelm us and to discourage us. What you want to do is pay attention to like Simon Rosenberg. This is the Nine of Wands. This is indicative. They're trying to upset us more and more and more. And I'm sorry, but the guides just told me that gun violence is a part of it. We will not be defeated. You just unsubscribed Steve Schmidt. Glad he doesn't know me. Or who knows? Who knows? We never know who's lurking, right? We never know who's lurking. If you have a YouTube channel, you're blind to that. We will never willingly give up our democracy. So if you ever want to know, on account if he has sold out his base to Nikon. I don't understand where you're coming from. So, you know, if you want to know, just ask me for my psychic impression. You're lurking. Mike's lurking. You're not lurking anymore if you're saying you're lurking. That's great. I love it. Lurkers, reveal yourselves. What's so funny is you can be in the chat and you can be completely inconspicuous. Amazing that Steve Schmidt and Nicole Wallace were both of the McCain champagne. What? The campaign champagne. The McCain campaign. Why is that surprising? Steve Schmidt is a news reporter and is very opinionated. Of course. I'm opinionated too. But I don't discourage people, I don't think. Did the fake Putin die? Which one? Which fake Putin? There's been several. As I had mentioned before, as far as the Middle East, Netanyahu, he's not going as rogue as he, which is really shocking, as bad, because it's so bad. Lurkers and twerkers, come on down. I like it. But, I mean, Israel right now, Netanyahu is going pretty hardcore, attacking Hamas on the Gaza Strip, but I feel like he planned for it to be worse. Will the hostages be saved from Gaza? Not all of them. And the other day somebody asked if there was going to be a ceasefire. Remember on Wednesday, and I got that there would be? Yes. Jessica Tarlov on Fox. The viewers are starting to listen to her. You have a feeling. Thank you, Catherine. Thanks for your donations, and thank you all for being here. And for wielding the wrenches, too. I think... I'm not going to read on the Middle East, because it's just, there's too much going on there. I'm going to read on Jack Smith. I'm going to read on the DOJ. I got that there would be a ceasefire to get some of the hostages out. Yeah, Darren has never been a Steve Schmidt fan. Jack Smith in the house. Like I said, that doesn't mean they're bad people. I just can't. In the face of everything that's going on, in order to keep your energy up, if somebody's waxing all pessimistic, then you do yourself a favor. Don't. Listen, as soon as I hear somebody saying, if Trump gets in, or if Trump gets reelected, as soon as I hear that, I dive for my phone or whatever, I turn it right off. Sissy loves being a troll buster. Is it fun? I do think Jack Smith will get a gag order on Trump. That's kind of what I was reading on a little bit earlier. We need to manifest peace. This too shall pass. It's right here on my arm. Well, I can't really see, but you've seen it. That's what my tattoo says. This too shall pass. It keeps me remembering that. Well, so this is a DOJ. I mean, right now they're looking at the gun situation. The Three of Swords keeps coming up tonight. We are a nation in mourning. You love me? Is that for me? Thank you, James. The Four of Pentacles. Okay, so this is the DOJ keeping things under cover. Yeah. Cousin Jack is big with the Smiths. Oh, your family? There was a troll with the initials BS. Damn, I missed it. I feel like I miss out when I miss the trolls. It's like, I'm like so nosy. Like, what'd they say? The Ace of Wands. Okay. The DOJ is keeping everything under wraps. Just so you know, there's a magic wand there. The timing of the waving the wand is what they're keeping under wraps. Yeah. This is keeping things under wraps, the Four of Pentacles. This is the heartbreak that America is going through right now. They're also investigating the guns, the gun violence, the domestic terrorists. There's a lot of that going on. And I don't mean just from January 6th. I mean the terrorist cells and stuff. So, I can't believe there's a troll called BS. That's very, very creative, right? I think there was another one, there was a troll not too long ago that had a funny last name too that was like told you that it was a troll. So yeah, this is the magic that the DOJ is doing. We will know nothing until things are really going to start moving. Okay, how about we pull 3 community cards and then I look at some tea leaves. And then I remind you to come to the Halloween event. Just go to psychicannettedion.com. It's underneath, it's in the description. Pretty sure it's there. And I'll remind you, if you're at Church of Spirituality, I'll remind you then too to come to the Halloween event. We're doing a mediumship too. Yes. Community cards. How do we hang in there? We take our power back. Let's talk politics, so I'm sure you can. I never said anything about Ukraine. I got that one. I mean, that comment was like just, it was nonsense. It was nonsense. Gloria, don't be offended because you can't be offended by trolls. You can't take trolls personally. The shooter was in Maine. The shooter in New Hampshire is dead, news report just now. Yeah, but Gloria, I'm just saying, I know that you take offense. I'm just encouraging you to understand that it's not personal. It's a troll. In this era of AI, we'll make ourselves crazy if we take things as a personal attack. I understand. Yeah, but he was bashing Ukraine to hurt you. Oh, Cheryl, you're very, very sweet. Thank you. The community cards. I mean, I understand. Believe me. I understand how it feels. It happens to me all the time. And my lesson that I have to learn is not to take it personally. He's a dupa. I don't know. What's a dupa? James, did you just post a fake story? A Putin troll. Could be a Putin troll. Yeah. Yeah. Social media is filled with Putin trolls like bedbugs. Yuck. Trolls will be trolls. Oh, it means behind in Polish. Okay. We love you. We're glad you're here. Dupa is butt in Polish. I like that. The community cards, well, we're going to be feeling a lot of dismay about this Mike Johnson dude, because like I said, he's just going to start displaying his horribleness. I don't know why they want to display their horribleness, except that they must feel like they've got the elections rigged. You know? So we're going to see more horrible statements. It's really fascinating that they use the heinousness, the being completely outrageous as a thing that's favorable to them. It's very weird. Okay. The Emperor and the Four of Wands. We have to do whatever we can. See all that support you just got, Gloria? We love you. We have to do whatever we can to start uniting the American people. Be nice to everybody. I know you are, but I'm just emphasizing that. Be nice to everybody. The Four of Wands, the Four of Wands to me is like the beams of a home. We can stabilize things. We can. They think they're above the law. They think that they're going to get all these accolades, these fascist Republicans. They think they're going to get all this credit and all these accolades, and they really think that they think that being terrible is a way to gain favor. Yeah, invest your energy wisely. Be nice. Be extra nice. Practice. I know, it can be hard. But we need to strengthen our communities. It's really important. And the Emperor is, we need to support Joe Biden. Okay? Hate is like holy water to a demon. Our love is like holy water to a demon. Yeah. It's true. And if anybody thinks for 1 minute, and I might do a class on this, if you think that the demonic is not a thing, I beg to differ. I might do a class on it. I might do a class on the signs of it, and not a long class. But just so you can be aware when that's what you're dealing with. It's real. And Joe Biden has a lot of light around him, so let's just keep pumping that White House with light. And here we have some tea leaves. If you want one of these, I mean, I don't know who sent these to me. I don't know who sent these to me, but if you sent them to me, can you reach out and let me know? Because it was a while ago. Like I said, it was after another shooting. On Sunday, I'm going to do a little bit of a memorial for those that we've lost to gun violence. So I do hope you tune in. It's Sunday at 1, my usual Church of Spirituality. Yeah, some readers don't believe in the evil or demonic, and that's why I said it. That's why I'm saying that, because I don't think it's wise to ignore it. I don't think it's wise to think. I mean, I'm not saying they're dumb or anything. I'm just saying that we have to be aware of it. Because it is, unfortunately, it's very real. Where is my magic wand? We'll use a pencil. I'll find it after I end my live stream. In the position of the snakes, we have, it looks like a dog, doesn't it? Oh my gosh, it just reminds me. Who was I listening to? It might have been Feldman, David Feldman, or Keith Olbermann. I think it was Keith Olbermann. Was talking about how, this just reminded me of that, because it looks like a dog, right? The snake and a dog. And shine your light so bright that the darkness cannot remain. I love it. And so I think it was Keith Olbermann was talking about how Trump keeps calling people dogs, and he doesn't have a dog. And he doesn't know how dogs behave. Anyway, that Trump is just going to keep calling people dogs. Betty the Bunny is right there. You don't see her? Can you see the ghost? I have a different view. You came across some demons when you... Well, Trump has never had a pet. Yeah, we're going to stop talking about demons now. Yeah, if you were brought up Catholic, you know. Yeah. If you read Lorraine Warren and Ed and Lorraine Warren's books, it's not for the faint of heart. You can see Betty's ear. That's all you can see. She's got the orange lights around her. And she's got a black and orange scarf. Betty, they want to see... I'm sorry. My chair's too big. A dog would bite Trump for sure. Maybe a dog has bitten Trump. So anyway, so we're going to learn... He's going to be the dog. Something below the male sign looks like a bow and arrow. That's Mars. Oh yeah, it does. It does. So that's... Oh, and there's like a... There's a circle. There's like an oval, and there's... I know this might sound weird, like how do you get that out of that, Annette? But I feel like the shooter is going to be found. You see a bird in flight here? It looks like a dog to me. And if you want, I know you guys like to read the tea leaves, so if you want me to post this on my community page afterwards so you can look at it more? A dog is going to dispose of Trump's snake story. I love it. I don't usually see this kind of thing. But, and then I just ruined it. Whoops. But anyway, it was like, it feels like they're going to find the shooter. Oops. All right. Sorry I messed that up. See, I need my wand, my magic wand with the crystal, which is on my messy table somewhere. Once again, I see people coming together. This is, and I see a fairy here. You see the fairy? I see people coming together, and I see things improving over the next few days. Believe it or not, I see things improving over the next few days. It's a powerful full moon lunar eclipse. All eclipses are powerful. But this, believe it or not, what we're going through is actually making us more focused and making it clearer what we need to work on. Yeah, I know, that's funny, Terry, you would say that, because it kind of feels like a group hug, right? It's really interesting. What these hard times that we're going through are bringing people closer together. We need it. We need each other. Ben Franklin wanted our national bird to be the turkey. It should be. I see turkeys everywhere. So, what? So, Rena's saying a police dog is going to find the shooter in Maine, but that doesn't mean that it won't be with a helicopter too. So there we have that, and I don't want to talk about the shooter anymore. I do want to talk about coming together in your community and doing what you can to make people feel like somebody cares for them, that somebody cares. What the world needs now is love, sweet love. That is for sure. So once again, join us on Sunday night, 6 to 8 p.m. for our Halloween event. It will be one of a kind. You will not be sorry that you came. It's going to be really, really wonderful. We will do some mediumship, so we'll be tapping into the other side to find out what our ancestors and loved ones have for us. And you guys make my day every single time. I always feel better after we're together. I mean, I'm happy, but I'm happier, especially in these times. It really does help. So, see you soon. Please like and subscribe. I remembered to say it. Please hit the thumbs up and subscribe on your way out if you're not already subscribed. And if you can share the video, if you think it's worth sharing, I think there's a lot of good information here. Watch our show from yesterday, the astrology. There's a lot of good stuff in there. And that's all I have for you. That's the way it is. Namaste. See you soon. And group hug on the way out. All right. See ya. Thank you.